California, 109 outside.
It took me 24 years to realize.
They gave me meningitis vaccine.
In 1984, Harmon Killebrew told a story at his Hall of...
Did you hear about Diddy? I don't think we can call him Diddy anymore. I think we have to call him He Did. Sean Johnson & Johnson over here was caught with 1,000 bottles of lubricant and baby oil. I don't know why that's an important detail, but that's a lot. That's a lot of bottles. We were all wondering like, oh, what's taking so long? What happened with this story? Because he popped up, we were all super interested, it was front page news, and then he disappeared to that very specific cabana that looked oh so familiar in the past. Fast forward, and they've got him on a couple things, it turns out. I guess he got in trouble for traffic king, no hyphen, and racket earring, no tennis. It seems like people who get uber wealthy and famous like run out of normal things to do and then just go off into this weird section. Like they have to go to an island to do the things that they want to do. And if not, they're under some weird umbrella of events like this. Like, do you just run out of stuff to do? You got so famous, you tried all the things and you're like, this is where I'm gonna spend my time. Can't stop, won't stop. Bad boy.
Oh, that's an interesting explanation. They run out of experiences. They're looking for newer experiences. Does Diddy have an island? Did he have an island? What's with people and the islands? That's a good point. Welcome back, goons. Are watching Explore the Weird. Hey, they arrested the man. They did the things. Now we're going to go through the For You page, see what new information we can find. Are you ready? We're about to get strange, mysterious, disturbing, weird, all the things. Let's get right into it.
Yeah, let's go to the mountain. Yeah.
Hey there, I'm coming to you with a message today. This is an update on what's happening universally. We are being hit with a massive wave, and by massive I mean this is worldwide. This is not relative to location. And that massive wave is not just going to be here for a day or a week. This is something that's going to be here for weeks, if not a month or two. And this big energetic theme that's hitting us is akin to like cleaning house. So it's this energy of getting everything that is no longer serving or that is creating the stuckness to progression and removing it. Oh, okay, so I've made this little list of what cleaning house might mean, right? This could mean your actual living space or working space needs to be cleansed. This could be undealt with emotional pain that you've been carting around. It could be your body that needs a cleaning of house, meaning getting rid of toxins or whatever. This could mean your social connections and social life, especially and most especially certain people exiting your living space. This could also mean your giant list of priorities in any area of life being completely cleansed out. Cleaning house with your priorities. I'm sure that I could think of even more things if I sat down for longer, but you get the theme. The theme is cleaning house. Now this, I'm just gonna warn you guys, this particular wave that's hitting us is so extreme that it's going to force this whether you are on board or not. With these kind of out of control tidal wave type energies in the universe, the better you can get ahead of the wave to surf it, the better. So what I want you to do is to just remember that I'm the one that told you, right? And I told you very straightforward. Your goal right now is to get on board with and in front of this concept of cleaning house. Probably me speaking to you right now is already bringing something up to the surface of, I've got this feeling and I know that this is what needs to be cleansed. If not, the universe is going to show it to you real quick. And that is your energetic update.
Bro, just like a crazy Teddy, I got a nagging Teddy that always keeps bringing up things that is like, you gotta address this, you gotta clean the house, you gotta cross these off your list. Wow, so that now makes sense. Thank you, lady.
In 1984, Harmon Killebrew told a story at his Hall of Fame induction speech. He recalled the time that he was playing in the front yard with his father and his brother. His mother came out and yelled at them for killing the grass. He said, "I will never forget what my father said. We're not raising grass, we're raising boys." Success as a parent is not having a spotless backseat in your car or having a perfectly decorated home with fragile items. A room should look played in, even messy. Their fingerprints should be everywhere. Your job is not to raise children that never talk back, to walk in order, or tiptoe through life. No, Your job is to raise children that have their own opinions and dreams, and the voice to articulate them and the confidence to see them through. The yard is there to play. Floors will be scratched, food will be spilled, messes will accumulate, and noises will be made. Good. You are not raising grass either. You are raising a happy, well-adjusted child.
Wow. Thank you. I needed to hear this. I'm gonna make sure multiple people that have children hear this.
This is Lexi. This is her before, and you won't guess what happened.
They gave me a meningitis vaccine, a pneumonia vaccine, and the tetanus vaccine all at once. Within a few minutes, my body started reacting, and over the past day, it was literally last night that they gave it to me. It's on my gums, on my lips. It is absolutely the worst thing I've ever been through. I originally came in because I suffer from a blood disorder called PNH. I have since then moved to California, really trying to work on myself without getting any treatment for the disease, as they wanted to give me a bunch of vaccines, and I have never had a vaccine in my life. My family and I tend to not do vaccines due to religious preferences. We are Christians. I have never received a vaccine other than when I was a baby.
Now, her father threatened to sue, and the doctors overheard that. And she said since then they've been treating her horrible, not even giving her any more painkillers for the pain. Make sure to follow me for more updates on this story.
All right, the suppression is going to begin. We talked about the things, and you know how YouTube is. Goons, I need your support now more than ever. Do the things. Interact. Interact with the video before the video even started. Like a true goon should. Like a true goon should. Don't just take the free stuff. Do the thing. Do the positive action, so that way you feel better about yourself too. I know.
Pulled over really quick to say this little drop of wisdom that I just had with my inner dialogue conversation with myself. Why does our inner child get to be in charge of everything? It's a child. Why do we have to listen to her? Her being a child does not mean that she does not have wisdom. She is the closest to love, God, source, energy, creation. She's the most pure of all of us. She knows our deepest desires without any limiting beliefs or projections from the world. She might be a child, but she's like your ancestor because she was here before you. She was the first one to be here and the first one to face everything. Damn, I never thought of it that way. What the hell, fool?
Fools? Nah. You're a goon. You're learning. You're waking up. Hey, that is an interesting point. How are you? Are you a kid on the inside? You listen to yourself. Just listen.
Okay, I know everybody's been asking if their home state is going to be okay. So I begged the Lord to give me a list. So this is about as accurate as what it's going to be. He does say head for the Colorado mountains. That's one thing I know. There's other states that are going to be okay. It doesn't mean that they're not going to feel the trembling of the earthquakes and the tsunamis that are going to result because of those earthquakes. Like when I tell you that he is going to shake this world up, I'm telling you he's going to shake this world up. Okay? So let's get started. Following states are going to be affected. I'm going to name them. If I name the state, the whole entire state is going to be affected. If otherwise, I will say part. Okay, so know this, he is going to divide, okay, the United States. He is going to do that. It is going to be split. Okay, all right, here we go. Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, part of New York, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, part of Pennsylvania, West Virginia and Virginia, part of North and South Carolina, part of Georgia, Florida, Ohio, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, part of Kentucky, part of Tennessee, Mississippi, part of Missouri, Arkansas, part of Louisiana, part of Iowa, part of Texas, Washington, Oregon, California. The Lord calls it the land of fornication. And then part of Nevada. If I haven't named your state, you're going to be okay, but it doesn't mean that you're not going to feel the trembling and the quaking, and it doesn't mean that you won't be affected somehow. What I'm talking about is the major destruction, the people that are going to end up perishing, okay? Like I said, that's about as accurate as I can get it. Just go through the list yourself. What I saw was literally him just splitting it down the middle, okay? So if you noticed that by, especially Mississippi along that line, that's mainly where he's going to be splitting it down, okay? Like Illinois, Mississippi, all those states along that line, okay? It is going to get split. Again, Michigan will be affected. I think I put that down. Yes, I did. Hold on just a second. No, I did not write that down. No, Michigan will be affected, okay? Just letting you know, Michigan will be affected, okay? It's not pretty, y'all. It is not pretty, okay? I'm in a state where it's going to be completely disappeared. It's going to be gone, destroyed. So I completely understand where you guys are coming from. You're concerned, you're worried. I get it. Okay, put your faith in God. Put your faith in Jesus Christ. Okay? All right? But I hope this message blesses you. I hope that you get out of where you're at. The states that I have not named, head there. Okay? May Jesus bless you.
Hey, you follow your own religious beliefs. I'm not here to change them. This lady definitely is having a very interesting timeline where things are happening, and oh my god, she's even in a state that she has named off, and she sounds like she's not really trying to move or anything. Looks like she's gonna be a goon that transcends with us all. Hey, we're gonna get past all this hot timeline real good. Hop over to us. We're gonna survive. We're gonna get through the earthquakes and tsunamis and build a whole goon world. We're gonna keep it going.
They have us saying shit like this at 5. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. And if I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to what? Take? I don't think so. No, you will not. I had to call my mama on that note. I was like, I cannot believe you had us saying this. I said it to her like 3 times and she was like, yeah, that do sound kind of crazy. A lot of the things we were doing were just passed down from generation to generation. Most people don't even know why we were doing it. But you know, that's where I come in because I'm gonna research. That prayer dates back to the 18th century, possibly earlier. This was a part of a collection of bedtime stories and children prayers. It was supposed to instill a sense of faith and security into children. But how many of y'all felt secure and safe when y'all was saying that prayer? I'm not putting my hand up. I was actually scared. Now I'm just thinking about dying all the time at 5. But research says back in the day, death was more common and visible in children. Our mortality rates were really high, so prayers like these seemed necessary. We're trying to prepare the soul, even in young children, for the possibility of death. Some people gonna say, from that aspect, I can agree. Well, I don't. We're going to focus on the now. So for more modern times, that kind of prayer seems kind of wild, especially for somebody 5 years young to be saying before bed. What's interesting to me is the word Lord within the prayer. Y'all know in Christianity, the word Lord is referring to God or Jesus. However, in Hebrew, the word Lord means master or owner. Now,
okay, that's kind of weird. Hey, I kind of like doing the prayers. I mean, hey, you do your own religion. Maybe you got your own type of prayer. I had a prayer I was doing. It was Om Burbu Aswa. That's over there, Veranium. Dargo. Deva Siddhi Mahi. Dio. Proteya. Prachodayat. Om. Go. It gets real. Om Burbu Aswa was a thing that I gravitated towards. I don't know what it meant, but it definitely made me feel like connected, made me feel spiritual. I feel like that was one of the reasons that you probably did it when you were 5. Not only was it instilled on you, but it was start of putting that religion, that spiritual awakening into you, and then that's when you started, I think, waking up and questioning things. Yeah, you were afraid of death. Hey, I'm digging too deep into this. Hey, we're gonna keep it going.
If you notice that you haven't been hungry since April, like you don't need to eat, you can go days without eating and you'll feel fine, and you don't get any urges to, like, your body never tells you, like, okay, I need to eat. This has been happening to me since last year. But I'm starting to notice that a lot of people are having these symptoms, and they started having these symptoms after the eclipse. All this means is that your body is going through changes at a cellular level. The atoms that make up a cell are composed of quarks, biaps, and zellies, and before that, it's all spirit. And this spirit is at a subatomic level, so it's beyond atoms. You can't even see subatomic energies. But anyways, because Earth and the sun are getting closer together, and are going to continue to get closer together, because we're in a sun cycle called the golden sun cycle, which is a 6,224 year period, where Earth and the sun are the closest that they've ever been in the Earth's 24,896 year precessional equinox ecliptic. Notice how the closer we're getting to the sun, everything is changing on a physical level. But everything's only changing on a physical level because everything's changing on a spiritual level. The sun has a spirit too. The spiritual sun is interacting with the spiritual earth. And because we're made out of the elements of the earth, we're being affected with it. We're getting ready to enter into the golden age. A time period where we don't need to eat, where we can live significantly longer than we've been living. Our bodies are now starting to be able to absorb the sun's rays for nourishment. Nourishment that could literally sustain us with energy for a whole day or for days. It's also purifying the atmosphere and giving us a higher quality of oxygen. Eventually, we will be able to survive off of breath and light from the sun, and then that's it. There's people on this planet that can already do that, but they went through several years of intense training. I'm talking about globally, naturally, the whole planet will be able to do this. But those are only going to be the people that make it to Earth, through Earth's new dimensional shift.
We're all going to transcend together, and it's going to be the greatest thing when we finally get to witness all of our true timelines, finally get to the fullest extent, really see if our biological clock is going to be even longer when we do transcend. Can't wait for this new Earth. Can't wait for this golden age.
So you're living in mold, but you can't move. Here are some things that can help you. Before we get started, no, this is not medical advice. I'm only giving you recommendations based on what I've used and what my functional doctor has guided me on. But if you have any concerns, please get with your own professional. So the thing with mold is that it can have detrimental effects to our health. I know this because I'm currently working with a functional doctor to clear mold toxicity out of my body. Of course, the ideal thing is to identify the source of the mold and the moisture and either hire a professional remediation company to come in, open up the walls, treat it all, dry it all out, and put it all back, or you need to move out of the environment. But if moving and remediation right now aren't an option for you, there are some products that you can use around the home to help. Yes, it's really important. Like in that video, I talk about making sure that you have humidity control in your place, that there's natural sunlight, air circulation. Mold cannot grow in those environments if it's outside the walls. But on top of that, you can use products like this, and this was actually recommended by my functional doctor. I don't rep this company at all, but it's called EC3 and it's by Microbalance Health Product. But they make cleaning sprays like this. You can spray, and it's non-toxic. You can use it around pets. It's natural. You can spray it on furniture. You can spray it on your shoes. You can spray it on your clothes. Anything that's fabric, carpet. People spray it all over their carpet. They also make laundry additives and rinses like this. So you can put this in your washing machine to help with the mold spores and mycotoxins in your clothes. They also make air purification candles, and then also air purifiers are really helpful.
I don't know about the candles. I've been getting so many videos saying stay away from candles, but hey, maybe some of the other things could help with the mold. Hey, are you living in mold? Here's some things.
Turns out it's difficult to buy things on Temu. You know, sometimes you win and sometimes you lose.
I got this Temu lamp as a gift from my sisters. I came home from work after the hot day and there was like hundreds of ants underneath it.
That's a real lamp?
And I was like, why the f would ants want a fake croissant? And like, I'm almost wondering if this is a f***ing literal real croissant covered in resin. Because they were going in the holes. And anyway, I just poked a bigger hole. And it like low-key looks like a f***ing croissant under there. Dude, like...
That's real.
That
They
looks
just
like
added the light pack
croissant.
underneath.
They got electrical
Are
wiring
you
in there.
joking me? Like, that looks like f***ing pastry.
Wow,
What's
that,
the phone?
if that ain't real, that's good styrofoam.
I wonder how much that cost.
Timu.
Yeah.
I guess there's one way to truly know.
Oh no, don't
And
try
that
it.
crumb just came out of there. It's literally.
Oh my god, why would you eat it? Why would you eat it? Oh my god, and that is definitely a real croissant. Oh my god, they're trying to sell you, what is it, molding croissants as you use the light. They didn't do the resin on the inside, they only did it on the outside. I don't understand why are they doing these types of, hey, it was on Temu, that's why. Sometimes the quality ain't 100%.
Okay, I'm taking a video. If I don't video it, nobody's gonna believe me. See, not really any wind. And then you see this happy tree over here. Happy tree! Do you see it? Just a happy tree, just a waving. How weird is that? So cool.
That's crazy. I've seen other videos like this where trees are just happy. I'm wondering if it's like a tree frog or like some type of defense mechanism, because this is weird. Why are the trees just waking up? Are the trees going to be transcending first before we I'm spiraling. We're going to keep it going.
This is another fascinating experiment that I just figured out with plasma and my dodecagram coils. Check this out. Look at this. Have you ever seen plasma do this? It's not moving. Look. Have you ever seen plasma do that? I thought this was the most coolest thing I've ever done with plasma when it comes to phase positioning. Because if you look carefully, the plasma is sticking to the phase points of the coil. All right. Like I said before, I am planning to turn this thing into an ionic flux thruster already on a good starting point. So if you are wondering how the coils are positioned, I'll tell you real quick, because I can fit 36 of these coils. So I am using 10 as my non-divisible for 36, and what I am hoping for is 36 points. I have 4 out of the 36 created so far. And the reason why I have this coil placed on top is just to prove that the magnetic field lines are actually traveling up and over, and they can react to my coils as long as they are geometrically aligned at the phase points. So that's all I have for you right now. My next video, I am planning to get this plasma to rotate. So I'm going to need a signal generator for that. But give it time. We'll make it happen. Thank you for watching, everyone. Peace.
Ionic flux thruster. Yo, did he break this at the end when he tried to turn off the videos? I heard a break or something falling, so I'm wondering, hey, did this work out? Is this like the new harp or something? You can make your own harp things? What's he actually building?
It took me 24 years to realize Smitty Werben Man Jensen was actually a real person. Apparently, he was the world's first chef to introduce a dish of smoked meat, but as it turns out, he was actually adding people to the dishes. He was sentenced to be unlived, and all he asked was for his headstone to be number 1 because that was his nickname.
I can't believe Smitty Werben Man Jensen's real. He was number 1. I love SpongeBob. That's that start. Yo, there was a certain point, what was it, the lady reading the list of names too? Like, she was doing some strange faces. I'm like, yo, is she like half possessed or something? What's going on? But now this guy's also, why are you doing this? Why are you trying to be the Night of the Living dead like dummy or something? Like the R.L. Stein Goosebumps dummy. Alright, we're gonna keep it going.
What are aliens trying to tell us about melatonin? I know that sounds crazy, but bear with me here. So out of the thousands of crop circles around the world, there are only 2 that illustrate chemical compounds, right? There's one that perfectly illustrates niacin. We'll get into that in a different video. In this video, we want to talk about the other one, which there's a crop circle that perfectly, I mean, to a T, we brought in chemists, they looked at this thing and they said, yep, that is melatonin. Why? Why would some advanced intelligence be trying to tell us about melatonin? Isn't that just the thing you take to go to sleep? Kind of. So melatonin does help you go to sleep. It's been clinically proven to help you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer. But it does so much more than that. Besides the millions of anecdotal stories of people saying that it helps them open their third eye, it is secreted by our pineal gland after all, that it helps people connect spiritually, that there is evidence. This guy that locked himself in a room for 7 days and he produced so much DMT, he was tripping off DMT. DMT is the spirit molecule that has been shown to have people transport out of this dimension to somewhere else. So it's a very, very powerful thing that is created endogenously inside of us. So there is evidence that a lot of melatonin can produce DMT, which is pretty amazing. But also that it's this powerful, next to glutathione, is probably the most powerful antioxidant. Some science shows that it is more powerful than glutathione. It is the most powerful antioxidant in the human body, which means that it can heal you. And to back this up, there is quite a bit of evidence that shows that.
Yo, I think there's even evidence that melatonin helps with weight loss as well when used properly. Hey, this doesn't mean, hey, Eddie, I want DMT. I'm gonna start doing all kinds of melatonin. No, Goons, you stop it. You stop it. Just try to experience DMT naturally. Don't do all this crazy stuff. Interesting. Now I'm kind of convinced that the pharmaceutical companies are behind the crop circles and they're trying to push melatonin up. We're gonna keep it going. I'm spiraling.
If a goddess or a guide is reaching out to you, what does that actually look like? How would you even know? The awareness you have of them is not by accident. Here's 2 things to consider. The first one is feeling like this is being highlighted to you. You know, like when you're in a video game and it gets all glowy around like an object or a place and you just keep feeling magnetized and drawn towards it. Yep, that's real. Second thing is that there's some kind of vibrational impact it will have on you. Truth tingles, buzzing, tingling, an ear ringing, a smell or taste that isn't physically represented, meaning any real vibration is going to come through as a vibration. And third, you can reach back and say, if this is really you reaching out to me, send me this sign, fill in the blank, 3 times in the next 24 hours. That's not testing them in a rude way. That's verifying and confirming that they're actually there. And if it is them, they'll respect that and they will do it. For more help and support with your spirit guides, check out my one-on-one sessions and my spirit team support system course that helps you learn how to meet them for yourself. And to really dive more into your own abilities and your awakening, my conscious psychic course starts in September, which is 7 classes taught by me live. And I teach you all the techniques that I use as a professional and that I think everyone needs to know in their awakening and in the expansion of their psychic abilities.
Man, all these TikTokers are always plugging in their things now. It's so annoying. They're just like, yeah, you have so much good content. Don't put this in the description. I don't want everything to be like a marketing sales tactic. But yeah, I like the things that she initially started, and then she tried to sell me her courses, and everything went sour. But I'm sure some people are gonna need this information. So hey, you feel connected? Understand the things. I gravitate towards my dowsing rods now. Everything is like dowsing rods. It just feels so connected. I learned from somebody on how to do. Actually, there's not much learning. You just hold them. But it's like, hey, are gods and goddesses reaching out to me? Whoa! See, I'm not even doing that. That's something else. All right, reset. I don't even know what to ask, but this is a new thing that I recently got, and I'm like, yo, this is so crazy. This is so crazy. All right, let's keep it going.
Tesla deleted the videos. California, 109 outside. Mom seen here goes to charge her Tesla and it locks. Inside the car is her infant baby. This is her swinging, trying to break the window to get to her baby. there was a group of people who were helping her. It took them 6-7 minutes to get into the car. The baby was completely drenched with sweat, and she was frantic. She talked to Tesla, and initially they said it was probably a software issue that locked your car. And then they dug further and said it wasn't a software issue. But the interesting fact is that when she took it to get serviced at Tesla, out of all the video the car recorded, this is actual footage from the car. The car recorded her pounding on the car trying to get in. They deleted this footage. Tesla deleted the footage of that day when the car locked and her kid was trapped in the car. And when she said, "Why did you delete that footage?" the Tesla service reps didn't say anything. Makes you go, why have a Tesla if it's going to lock you out of the car? I don't know.
Now all the new Teslas are bulletproof and like really like Mad Max type Cybertruck things there. So makes you wonder what's really going on. What's Elon really trying to get us ready for? What are the cars really trying to push onto us? And why did they lock that child in? How could you even build something like that and then delete the evidence? Is just so shocking. I hope this has been resolved. I mean, at least the child is okay, but guys, that is so serious. If you're a parent of a young child, do not leave that child in the car. Even you try, do it yourself. Hey, that car turns into a sauna after a minute of being in the sunlight, just being hot. It could be a 90-degree day, 80-degree day, that car gonna get hot. Trust me, that sunlight be crazy in that. It's a hot box of sorts. We're gonna keep it going.
See my 4mm tiger's eye bracelet? Very cutesy, very demure. See my manager's 14mm tiger's eye bracelet? Very loud, very obnoxious. See how I'm out here on the floor? Very mindful, very attentive. Do you see how my manager has been in the bathroom for 30 minutes? Very revolting, not demure. Hi, welcome in. Did you hear how angelic my voice was when I greeted the customers? Very soft, very divine.
Hello, welcome in, hey!
Do you see what I'm talking about?
I kind of like the manager's hello more. What was wrong with that? What is this? What is this? This is satire again? Funny. All right, we're going to do one more. Just one more to end them all.
You gotta stay prayed up, pray. Because once you go certain in hospitals and they see you have a rare blood type and somebody in the elite squad needs it, you're gonna.
All right, define rare blood type, all right? I'm O positive. It's supposed to be like the most used blood type, but it's always short. It's always short. If people with rare blood types are needed, imagine how much shortages they must be if even the most common blood type is having shortages. So, hey, you stop it. Don't try to think like this. Blood always comes. You can always get more blood. If you want to donate, go ahead and donate. I donate blood all the time, and I feel better. Once I donate and new blood comes in, it's kind of beneficial as well. Look into it. You do your own research, and not everyone can donate. Some people are just not meant to donate. You do you, boo. You do you. Well, goons, you made it to the end. How'd you do? There was a lot of craziness in this. I understand. There's a lot to get through. Hopefully you guys made it to the end. There should be videos on the screen now. Click on either one of them. Continue the Goon Fix. The one in the middle, you can subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Wake up.